Hello and welcome. Today we're looking at Tinyfolks. This is a fairly short game. It does have some replayability. I think it's a fairly small developer too. We're going to jump in for a new game because my last couple of games I've beaten each one. So we will take a king or a queen. Let's go with a queen. Let's see. Give it a name. Oh, we'll go with the king. We'll go. Yeah, there we go. Normal, no time limit. We don't want no time limit. Disables achievements. Yeah, that would make sense. We're going to play normal, and that gives you a certain set of days. Selecting a challenge, we're also going to go with the completely normal mode for this one. I haven't really done most of the challenges. Let's skip this, because then we don't give you all the story. Skip. Oh, there was a button skip. All right. So combat, you will be able to see in this thing that I'm trying to stop with the story. Story's not super intricate, but all right. This is the intro fight again. Now, I've beat this game a few times. Now that you can see which person's turn it is because their life bar will be shining. In this case, it's asking us to only use this deck because it's tutorializing us, but that's okay. It helps us show. And we can just do the same thing. We are not intended to live through this. Rip that guy. Rip me. And he steals the crown. Hit the skip button. Alright, so here's where we start. Your basic gameplay loop involves two things. The first one is going to be, we have to recruit folks to do this, so we got to get at least our first guy. So now we got our first guy. And we have our currencies up here. Each of these kind of affects a different thing, but for like most of the melee things, you're going to need iron. Most of the magic things, you'll need gems. Sometimes you'll need alloys for higher level stuff. Basic resources. You have a certain number of people you can have in your population. I am currently at up to 3. We're going to give him some melee training, so there we go. He's going to turn into a warrior, and this you can mouse over what each thing does. Now, this game is super fun, and now we have our town limit. So, we have one person available, me! And we're going to go exploring. So this is the other part of your gameplay. So we have a little map, and we can pick from, well, at this point, one place, but by the time we're done, there's a lot of different places. And then each portion is a certain number of rooms and a boss. So in this case, we have 2 rooms, 2 dots, and our boss, because our boss is there. We can mouse over them, see if they have any, what their hit points are, life bar, current life, weaknesses. These don't have any. We can do 5 damage, which will kill each one. Hopefully we don't get hit too hard, because usually you come out of this with a couple days of him needing rest, which makes it not work quite as well. Well, see, we got 5 hit points on the rat, and we've got 10 hit points on the boar. All right. Now, you start with this, but eventually you're going to end up with like 5 or 6 guys on the field in general, and a bunch of different types of guys. Okay, let's see. Can we attack? We can only attack the front row with that. Now, if you look down here, you can see how many targets it can attack. I could technically burn the target in the first, let me move that, in the first 3 slots. So 1, 2, and an optional third if it was there. Or I can do this, which only has 1 slot. And you can see the targeting for each thing. So we'll just do the first thing, of course, because that's the only thing we can really do other than heal here in a moment. We're going to heal like right before we kill this guy, just to make sure we go into the boss room without a ton of missing health, because we're probably going to have a ton of missing health by the time this is done anyway. So we'll heal him up. That might even take 2 turns. Indeed, it is going to take 2 turns. All right, we'll heal him up, as I was saying, and then we'll knock this guy out next turn, and that's going to give us a little bit less downtime, and you'll see that when we get there, when we finish off the boss here. Now, there we go. I remember I said how it also shows their weaknesses, so we know he's very weak to burn. Burn is the status that Smite does. So when we attack him, he's going to get burned. So he's initially going to take no damage, but when he attacks, he'll take damage then. And basically he gets killed in like 2 turns this way. So what we're going to do is we're going to heal ourselves so that he can just burn to death, and we'll come out of this with hopefully, hey, there we go. We won't have very much lost life at all. So that is basically like 1 out adventure. So now we're wounded for 1 day. Because you take pretty much any damage and you're going to be wounded for a day, which is okay. We do also have the space to recruit 1 more person, so let's recruit him. And let's train him to be a warrior as well. All right. And now we can build, because we have enough resources. Anything with the flashing light, we have enough resource for, flashing icon. In our case, we're going to build the temple because we want a priest. Priests are really good early in the game. And then when you get here, you would go, okay, we have an item, so let's go ahead and stock those up. Those will stay in there in between missions, so you can just stock up these items every once in a while from your item lists. And then as we have no real folks who should be going out by themselves, because he doesn't have a way to heal himself, we're just going to sleep off this night. All right. Now, we are on day 3 of 45. 45 days to get to... If I went to here... And I hit the... Let's put 1 guy in here. Let's put 2 people in here. All right. So if I went explore here, now you'll see, like, the map expands. So there's a bunch of these. There's, like, 1 over here. There's, like, 1 here, here. There's 1 here. I think there's 2 in this row. Then there's 1 here. There's 1 off here. There's a bunch of little different areas. And each one has its own challenge rating and what you're going to be facing. We'll go there in just a moment. We can only fit 2 people in our thing, so in our group. The shop sometimes visits. They'll have lots of stuff that I can't currently afford because we're not quite deep enough into the game for that. What we will be doing, though, is we'll be going over here. So we now have him, and I should not have trained that other folk. But we'll get a new folk soon. So let's go ahead and let's strengthen. Nope, we don't even have enough gold to do that. All right, back to the town limits. Off we go. All right, so we will explore the next place and see where we get. I think if memory serves me correctly, this one, that other one used to be listed as easy. Interesting. That must have been changed in a patch, or I'm remembering wrong. One of the 2. Very possibly both. All right, so we have a Cyclops who's... We're going to spin some of this. And you can, again, like I said, you can see what it can target in this case. He's going to do 20 damage, which is going to help us out a lot. Okay, that Cyclops is going to hurt. I could smite him. But the burn actually ends up doing, I think, 7 points. So overall, it ends up doing more damage than the regular attack would have. And then I just need to refresh it every 3rd turn. And we will keep you the way you are because... Ow. Let's heal up in the next room while we're beginning. We're still going to make it. We just got to heal a little bit. Alright, let's see here. You have 5 hit points. Okay, we're going to use this attack. This attack hits both the front rows, and I'll show you the icon so you can tell why. And that'll lighten things up a little bit. So if it can hit like this one, it shows the two full dots down here. That means that it's going to hit both of those. So if you see like this buffs everybody in our party. This can only hit the first guy. This auto always hits the first 2 people. This only hits the first guy. So kind of easy, but it can actually be a little bit not confusing, but you just have to pay a little bit of attention. Oh, he roared at me. Oh, no. He said bad words. I probably should have just murdered him. I don't know why he's not actually attacking with more than that, but I'll take it. He's doing 3 points of damage because of that debuff. The debuff is... they're not too bad. You actually end up having a lot of strategical choices in this game that you wouldn't necessarily think that you have. And there is actually some replay value. Like, even though these areas are all basically the same areas, It has a certain level of oh, he's weak against bleed, but we can't take care of any of that. So instead, we will heal this guy because he needs it. And he's going to chunk out another 20 points off of him with that one. I don't have anybody who bleeds, unfortunately. Otherwise, that would be great. And we are going to heal me. And I got enough to heal him one more time. Unfortunately, he does not have enough energy to cast that one more time, so we're down to doing 5 points of damage each, and that is going to end up with us doing a little bit of hospital time. Alright, ooh, we'll do that. That's right, that'll work. He'll just chug a potion. Ha ha ha. Ow. Apparently he took that personally, and decided to throw a spear at my face. Hey, at least the spear does way less damage, though. So that's always good. Alright, now we've killed him, and we are back off to town. Nothing happened while we were gone. Alright, so let's recruit a folk if we can. Our town is full, so we can't. So we need to build something else or upgrade something else. So in our case, we'll build the magic place. Alright, now you've seen what we do outside. Let's take a look at what you can do inside to customize your folks. So now that we have a faith training, we can even show you without even having to go to the next day. So this guy, if we train him, he goes from a warrior to a monk and gets a whole new set of abilities. If you train a regular folk, the first time on faith training, he turns into a priest. And the priest has, their main attack is a free heal that starts out, I believe, at like 5 or 10. I think it's 10 points. Starts out at like 10 points. And it heals everybody at the party, so they're really super strong. So if you play this, you definitely want to, like, that's a definite early unlock. And then the other one that I think is really, really good as an early unlock is this. And the reason is Rangers just do bonkers levels of damage. Now I think we have 2 people who are out with wounds. Oh, I'm 2 days. And we have 1 guy available, so what we'll do is we will take his weapon. Oh, we can take both of their weapons. Let us do that. And I only have 1 slot, so once we get level 2 open, it'll have a 2nd slot. It says I could technically build the slums. Might as well do it. We will go to town limits, sleep it off, and here we go. Now, we unfortunately still don't have any room here because we need the tavern upgraded a couple times, and those. But now we have everything. So in this case, this trains people into using a bow, and the captain's really great, and a lot of these things are really great, and they do so much damage. But the funny thing is this can't hit the first row, so it has to be from the 2nd row back, otherwise you use this. And there's a base class that's very similar on that, and they're very, very good. You can do thieves, you can do like wizards, you can strengthen their armor and stuff like that. You'll do that a lot where you'll strengthen a guy's weapon and it just goes up continually. And we'll do that just to show it. Eventually you get the ability to make, when you do this, get the ability to upgrade your armor, upgrading staves over here, and also training people. So for example, again, we could turn him from a warrior into a sorcerer. Sorcerer gets a completely different set of attacks and things. There's a lot of replayability in quite a few systems. It's actually a really super fun game, and it's also a very nice game to relax while you're playing, because while there is a lot to think about, it does also offer the time to kind of just sit and chill. So I think that should probably do it for here. I really do enjoy this game. I hope you try it. Do we have any other items? No, we just have the one right now. See, if we wanted, we could go somewhere, but we can't because we only got 1 guy. And we got our weapon already being trained. If I had... Ooh. Oh, that's right. No, Berserker. The only problem, I don't do Berserkers, and the reason I haven't done Berserkers is... Oh, hey, it doesn't do it anymore. They used to have an ability that, like, self-damaged. I'm pretty sure that was the Berserker. Or it's... No, I think that's the shield guy. Either way. That's why I didn't do those guys. Anyhow, so this is Tinyfolks, and that's kind of a sample of what you're going to be doing. This is just, again, the beginning of the game. There's a lot more to it later on when you get into the spellcasters and all that, and the way systems interact. You upgrade your village, you go out, you explore, you come back, you collect your stuff to upgrade and build, and the ultimate goal is that, let's set our one guy in here so we can go out to the map. There is a castle that you have to get back to. And as you can see, there's more and more of these will open up as you go through, and then you can always go back and farm the ones you've done before, which you will need to do occasionally. So, but this game is, as I said, very fun. It is usually, I would say it probably takes me an hour or so for a run. And each individual run for me is basically taking it from the first to wherever I die or if I beat him. And I beat it a couple times so far. It is fun. Different combinations of experimenting with different combinations of teams and different classes and stuff like that. All make it super fun. And you can see there's stuff that I haven't even done yet. I've got a bunch of stuff unlocked, but not everything. So, even I still have some replayability in this, and I have already unlocked a ton of stuff. So that is Tinyfolks, and why I think you should try it. If you enjoy this, like and subscribe for more. Well, you don't have to like, but subscribe for more, and then we'll be back next Saturday with another episode of You Should Try. Thank you, and have a great day.